Hello, grade 10 students. In this video, we're going to continue about our chapter about the green plants. And here we move to week 27, and let's continue about the plants. So let's remember together the absorption of water process. Here we have two plants, plant 1 and plant 2. We have test tubes. In these test tubes, we have oil and water, where in plant 1, the root hairs and the root cap, both of them, they are placed in water. While in plant 2, the root hairs, they are placed in oil, while the root cap in water. So what happened? The plant 2, it dies. So this means that the root hairs and not the root cap, they are responsible. So here the variable factor is the part of the root which is dipped in water, whether the root cap or the root hairs. Whenever the root hairs they are placed in water, it grows well. Whenever the root hairs they are placed in oil, it dies. So the variable factor is the part of the root, whether the root hair or the root cap it's dipped in water. Conditions, so in plant 1, the root hairs and the root cap, both of them they are dipped in water, whereas in plant 2, the root hairs in oil and the root cap in water. So analysis, so after putting the root hairs and the root cap in water, the green plant grows, while after dipping the root hairs in oil and the root cap in water, it dies and withers. So this means that, as a conclusion, the root hairs are the part of the root responsible for the absorption of water in green plants. Now we are going to talk about transpiration. Transpiration in green plants. All of you know that water is absorbed at the level of the roots, and then water travels throughout the plant in an upward direction. And you have small opening in the leaves, they are called stomata. We're going to talk about them in details in the coming session. But water vapor is going to be lost from the leaf pores through the process of transpiration. Let's start step by step to identify the process of transpiration. Transpiration in green plants. What is the transpiration? It's the process where the plant is going to lose water in the form of water vapor through some plant organs. What are these organs, or what are these parts of the plant? In this plant, we have plant 1 or plant A and plant B. In plant A, we have a plant that is covered by a plastic bag. This plastic bag is transparent as shown in this experiment, while in plant B, also we have a plant that's covered by a plastic bag, and also it allows the sunlight to pass through it, and all the conditions they are available for both plants. But wait a minute, let's look to these two plants, plant A and plant B. So what is the variable factor? The variable factor, here we have leaves in plant A, while in plant B, no leaves. So here, after about 5 to 10 minutes, water droplets, they are formed on the wall of the plastic bag, on the inner wall. So we have water droplets on the inner wall of this plastic bag. However, here, no water droplets are formed on the inner wall of the plastic bag covering plant B. So here, what can we deduce? That transpiration, it occurs through what? Through the leaves. Since when we have the leaves, we have water droplets, so we have transpiration. So here, the major difference between plants A and B is that plant A has leaves, while plant B doesn't. In which plastic bag is water vapor formed? Sure, in the one having leaves covering the plant A. Which part is responsible for transpiration? The leaves. So as a conclusion, let's complete the following statement. So through transpiration, green plants, they release water vapor through their leaves. You have to keep in mind some notes about the plants. Two important definitions. The first one, autotrophs. Autotrophs meaning that we are talking about green plants, meaning that we are talking about chlorophyll plants. What the meaning of these? These are having the green pigment, the chlorophyll that gives the green color for the leaves. While the other definition, the heterotroph, they are the non-green plants. They are the non-chlorophyllic. They lack the chlorophyll pigment. Now, let's move to the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, it occurs during day since it needs the sunlight. So this process occurs in plants where carbon dioxide is taken from the atmosphere and oxygen is going to be released. So oxygen is the product of this process. Let's start step by step to talk about the photosynthesis process. So what is the photosynthesis? Let's start by the simple definition. It's the process by which the chlorophyllic plants, this means that by which the green plants, they produce their own organic matter from the inorganic, like the mineral salts. What do they produce? Let's see. They produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So here we have this experiment. We have two plants, plant A and plant B. Plant A was placed in light, whereas plant B in darkness. So here we have plant A, it contains light, plant B doesn't. So we boil one leaf from each plant. So one leaf from plant A and one leaf from plant B, they are boiled for a few minutes. Boiling has an important role. It kills the leaf. It kills the component of the leaf. Then we dip each leaf in a tube of warm alcohol. So we place them in warm alcohol as shown in this figure. So what is the role of this? The role of this is to remove the green color of the leaves. So dipping them in alcohol is done to remove the green color while keeping the tubes in boiling water. So we put them in hot alcohol and we have boiling water as shown in this figure. Then we soften the leaves by dipping them in water, which is step 4. So first we have two plants, A and B, one in darkness and one in light. We boil them. We boil leaves from these plants. The plant that's plant A in light, plant B in darkness. Since the boiling water, it kills the leaf. And also we dip them in warm alcohol to remove the green color. Then we place them in water to soften them and to prepare them for the 5th step, which adding the iodine test. Iodine is done to identify the presence of starch, where it gives which color? Dark blue color in the presence of starch. So here we add the iodine solution and we observe the color. So this experiment is a test for the starch. So when iodine is added, we have a starch, a blue, black color, or let's say a dark blue color is going to obtain. Dark blue, or they say blue black. So the same, dark blue or blue black color is obtained, indicating the presence of starch. This means that photosynthesis occur and we have the production of the organic matter. So here, some notes about photosynthesis. The plant makes its own food, as we said, by this process, by photosynthesis. Photo, it means light. So it occurs only during day and not during night. And synthesis meaning that putting together or production. So photosynthesis, it takes place at the level of the leaves. So this photosynthesis, what happens in this process? In photosynthesis, we have the chlorophyll. What does it do? The chlorophyll, it traps the energy from the light. This energy will help to combine or to mix carbon dioxide, CO2, and water, H2O, to make the sugar as a food for the plant. So photosynthesis as steps. 1. Light the trapped by the chlorophyll. The pigment is that makes the plant green, as we said, chlorophylltic plants. So this energy from the sunlight starts the food making process. The leaves will absorb carbon dioxide from the air, and the roots take in water from the soil. So we have carbon dioxide and water, CO2 and H2O, reactants in this reaction. The leaf then use the energy from the light to put together carbon dioxide and water. These are the reactants. In the presence of sunlight, the energy to make the food, which is a kind of sugar. Then, in photosynthesis, oxygen is considered as a waste product. Oxygen is going to be released in the process, given off by the leaves out to the air. This process takes place only in the light and not in darkness. Sugar produced in many plants is turned into starch, which is detected by the iodine test and is stored in the plants for later use. So here we have two plants. One of them is covered by a black paper, a part of the plant here that's covered by black paper. So then it's left in sunlight for 2 hours. Then we tested the starch. So here the part that is covered by the black paper or the black cover, it shows yellow color with the iodine test. However, the one that is not covered and exposed to sunlight, it shows dark blue color. This means that the light is important for the process of photosynthesis. Without light, there is no production of starch and there is no photosynthesis process. Here, the equation that we have to study it, carbon dioxide, which CO2, with water, H2O, in the presence of light energy. So light energy is needed to produce the sugar and oxygen. Sugars can be in the form of glucose, C6, H12, O6, and oxygen, O2. This is the photosynthesis equation, word equation we have to study it. Okay, guys? Thank you. Bye-bye.